Story 1. Jupiter, Lord of Thunder and Lightning. In the very heart of ancient Rome stood the Capitoline Hill. On its peak rose the temple of Jupiter, king of the gods, ruler of the skies, master of thunder and lightning. The Romans believed Jupiter protected their city and held in his hands the thunderbolts that punished the unjust and upheld justice. Jupiter was born in troubled times. His father, mighty Saturn, feared a prophecy that one of his children would overthrow him. To avoid this fate, Saturn swallowed each of his newborn children as soon as they were born to his wife Rhea. But Rhea, heartbroken by the loss of her children, devised a clever plan. When Jupiter was born, she wrapped a stone in swaddling cloth and gave it to Saturn. He swallowed the stone, thinking it was the baby. Meanwhile, the real Jupiter was hidden away on the distant island of Crete. There, the infant god was nourished by the goat Amalthea. Under her care, Jupiter grew strong and brave. As a young man, he set out to free his brothers and sisters. He tricked Saturn into drinking a special potion that made him disgorge the children he had swallowed: Neptune, Pluto, Juno, Ceres, and Vesta. Freed at last, they joined Jupiter to wage a great war against the mighty Titans. This war raged for 10 years. The earth shook with the clash of battles. Jupiter struck the Titans with blazing thunderbolts, forged for him by the Cyclops. In the end, the Titans were defeated and cast down into Tartarus, the deepest abyss of the underworld. Jupiter and his brothers then divided the world among themselves. Jupiter took the sky and thunder. Neptune received the boundless seas. Pluto ruled the realm of the dead. From that day, Jupiter became the supreme god, the just but fearsome ruler who watched over order among gods and mortals alike. Many myths tell how Jupiter would descend to earth in the form of animals or mortals to win the hearts of beautiful mortal women and nymphs. From these unions came heroes and demigods, living links between heaven and earth. The Romans knew that if thunder rumbled in the sky, it was Jupiter reminding them of his power. Story 2. Mars, god of war and father of Rome. Mars was not just the god of war. For Romans, he was the very father of their people. Every soldier setting out on campaign called upon Mars to grant him courage and victory. A Vestal virgin named Rhea Silvia lived in the city of Alba Longa. Her sacred vow demanded she remain chaste forever. But one night, Mars appeared to her, clad in shining armor or as a handsome youth. Their secret love gave the world twin sons, Romulus and Remus. King Amulus, who had usurped the throne of their grandfather, was furious when he learned of their birth. He ordered the infants to be cast into the swirling waters of the Tiber River. But fate protected the twins. The river carried their basket to the bank, where a she-wolf found them. She accepted them as her own cubs and fed them with her milk. A shepherd named Faustulus discovered the boys and raised them as his own sons. Romulus and Remus grew up brave and strong. When they learned of their true heritage, they overthrew the tyrant Amulus and restored the throne to their grandfather Numitor. Afterward, the brothers decided to build a new city on the very spot where the she-wolf had saved them. But a bitter quarrel arose over who would rule this city. In anger, Romulus killed Remus, and thus became the first king of the city that would bear his name, Rome. From that time on, Rome honored Mars as its divine father and protector. His temples stood at the city gates. Before every campaign, Roman legions prayed to Mars for triumph and safe return. Mars's symbols, the spear and shield, embodied the courage, honor, and fighting spirit that built an empire.
Story 3. Venus, goddess of love and mother of Aeneas. Venus was the Roman goddess of beauty and love. The Greeks knew her as Aphrodite. She was the embodiment of all that is lovely and desirable in the world. Yet for the Romans, Venus was more than a goddess of passion. She was the mother of a great hero, Aeneas. When the Greeks destroyed Troy, Venus helped her son Aeneas escape the burning city. She guided him through the flames, protected him on the seas and lands, and showed him the way to a new destiny. Fate commanded Aeneas to find a new homeland and become the ancestor of a mighty people. Aeneas' journey was long and full of dangers. He lost many friends and allies. When he stopped at Carthage, he met the queen Dido. Venus made sure that Dido and Aeneas fell deeply in love, hoping to keep him safe. But the gods reminded Aeneas of his true duty. He left Carthage, and Dido's heart broke from grief and betrayal. She took her own life on a burning pyre. At last, Aeneas reached Latium, a land in Italy. There he married Lavinia, daughter of King Latinus. Their descendants would become the kings of Alba Longa. From this royal line, after many generations, Romulus and Remus would be born, founders of Rome. In this way, the Romans believed they were children of Venus through Aeneas. Venus is also famous for the myth of the golden apple of discord. When Paris, a young prince of Troy, was asked to choose the fairest goddess, Athena and Hera offered him power and wisdom. But Venus promised him the love of the most beautiful woman on earth, Helen. Paris chose Venus, and this choice sparked the Trojan War. Julius Caesar proudly claimed that his family, the Julian clan, descended from Venus. Her cult remained popular among generals, lovers, and all who sought beauty and grace.